Now we're sighting in on the stories behind some of the most accurate and affordable replacement barrels in the world. We're taking you to the Basque region of Spain for an exclusive, never before seen on TV.
This is Shooting USA, reporting the stories of America's shooting sports.
Our Sighting In series takes you inside places you can't go to report the stories behind the products in your local gun store. Well, this time the story is accuracy, improving rifle and black powder accuracy with Bergara replacement barrels. But the story begins not with barrel making, but with the Spanish stainless steel, never seen before on American television. In the north of Spain, the Basque region, there is a centuries-old tradition of fine steel. Steel that was once produced for the finest Spanish swords, drawn from the extensive iron resources of the surrounding hills. The tradition became an economic asset to the Spanish government once the Industrial Revolution of the 19th century occurred. And this tradition continues into the modern era. Which brings us to the Olara Steel Manufacturing Facility, the foremost producer of long product stainless steel in Europe. Ferrous chromium and ferrous silica are combined in very precise amounts with raw steel to create all grades of stainless steel. The process here is on the leading edge of the technology and is only performed at 2 other factories in all of Europe. Once the superheated electrodes have done their work inside the crucible, the molten steel mixture is tested to ensure the levels of each compound are correct. Then the molten steel is poured into the vertical extruder to begin the horizontal casting process. Pedro Madrad is the quality control manager.
To obtain the starting billet, we use the horizontal continuous casting process. We obtain a billet of 145 millimeters. After that, we heat again the material and we hot roll our bars in different sizes and profiles.
Once cut away from the extruding ram, the 2 square billets will be 8.4 meters long and will weigh more than 2 tons each. With the bars heated red hot, they begin the rolling process. All the way down the line of machines, the bar is heated and stretched over tighter and tighter rollers, and it gets longer and thinner until it reaches the cooling conveyor. What started at 145 millimeters, or 5 3/4 inches square, and almost 8.5 meters in length, is now 2.5 inches round and 60 meters long. Next for the steel bars is the peeling process that reduces the bar diameter from 2.5 inches to just under 1 inch. Then on to the straightening machine for minor corrections. Then finally into a bundle to be delivered to the customer. And in this case, the customer is a precision barrel manufacturer. Bergara Barrels makes its home in the Basque region of Spain as well, in the city that lends its name to the company below the church tower that lends its image to the company's logo. The raw material from the Olara steel mill is the best in the world and the only choice for Bergara to start their process. A process that was developed with the help of a famous American barrel maker.
When we decided to start with the center fires, we found out that we really didn't know how to do it in a good way. So we found Ed Schillen in the United States from Schillen Barrels. So we make a consultant agreement with him, I would say. So he really taught us how to make a barrel. He taught us all the secrets, because otherwise it would have been impossible for us to make the barrels.
It is this guidance that helped Bergara develop their precision processes, with the first step checking the bar stock.
We receive the bar stock from the steel supplier, and the first step of the process is to straighten the bars. Normally they are very straight, but just in case we check all of them to see to be sure that they are completely straight.
Next, it's deep hole drilling. The calibers can range from 22 all the way to 50 cal, and the tolerances are extremely tight, just 30 microns of a millimeter. This precision is critical to every step that follows. Once the bar stock is drilled, then it moves to the vertical honing machine, where the bores are treated to 3 stages of polishing to achieve a mirror finish.
We get, I would say, a mirror finish in the inside of the barrel with a very, very, very nice and smooth surface inside. The tolerance in this operation is around 2 microns of millimeter.
2 microns is 2/1000ths of a millimeter, invisible to the human eye. For perspective, the thickness of the average human hair is 60 microns. Finally, it is button rifling with a carbide button. The powerful motor turns the shaft as the ram pulls the button through the blank. This process is the same for a muzzleloader or a centerfire blank. The chemical makeup of the lubricant used in the rifling process is a closely guarded secret, as is the final step of the process, heat treatment. All Bergara barrels begin their life in this way. From this point, it is the end design that will determine what's next for the rifled blank. So now we've got high-quality stainless steel barrel blanks. But coming up, the state-of-the-art machining and finishing required in making high-accuracy Bergara barrels. That's next.